Hello, everyone. My name is Sean Ingram. I am a health sciences and public health researcher, and something that I am really passionate about is making sure that science is easy to digest and understand for the general population. And so I hope this channel serves as an opportunity for individuals like you and myself to have a space to dialogue and to break down the science and the nuances that come with that. And so on this channel, I'll be talking about a lot of different topics and various issues, and I hope that as we grow, that you will, send me comments, send me messages to where we can look at what the science says about these things and put research into practice. Something that I want to talk about today is some of my favorite products when it comes to sunscreen for darker skinned individuals. I get asked a lot of times, Shun, what does the research say about skin cancer? Yes, but a lot of times the questions are about, but what about black people, or what about dark skinned people, people with melanin? How is sunscreen going to work for them, or do we even need sunscreen? And the question is a resounding yes. No matter your ethnicity, your race, or skin color, you definitely need sunscreen. Of course, we know that there are darker skinned individuals that might have some protective factors, but everyone can get cancer. If you have skin, you can get skin cancer. And so it's just always important to protect your skin. And so today, though, I'm going to share with you my favorite sunscreens. This is not a sponsored video. These are some of the sunscreens that I've tried over the years, particularly for my face. But if you can use it for your face, you definitely can use it for your body. Here are my favorite sunscreens for dark skin. All right, starting off with the La Roche Posay Anthelios Clear Skin Sunscreen. So this is a 60 SPF sunscreen that's built with Cell OX Shield technology, which is just UVA and UVB protection that includes some antioxidants that kind of help battle some free radicals, while at the same time keeping your skin feeling very moisturized and protected. If you have sensitive skin like I do, this is a great sunscreen for you because it keeps acne at bay. So if you have acne prone skin, this might be the one for you. The only downside to this sunscreen is that it does still leave a white cast even after using a lot of manpower to rub it in. That white cast kind of sits on the skin for a while, so that's something that you would want to be mindful of. But I do love that it also includes some ingredients like perlite and silica complex to absorb some of that oil that might be left behind in your skin. But if you don't mind the white cast, this will be a great sunscreen for you. Next, we have the Black Girl sunscreen, and this is a actually a hybrid sunscreen. And so, when we're looking at this sunscreen, you just have to be mindful that it does include chemical filters and mineral filters. So, mineral sunscreens typically just sit on the skin; they don't get absorbed by the skin to block the sun's harmful rays. But the chemical part of the sunscreen will absorb into your skin. This is an SPF of 50. I love this sunscreen because it is fragrance free, and it does make your skin feel really hydrated and moisturized. It has a lot of healing ingredients such as aloe, shea butter, and so it really does soothe your skin. It does take a lot to get this sunscreen to rub in. You can see that I am really going at it to rub this sunscreen in. But to be a hybrid mineral and chemical sunscreen, it does a really, really good job. This is one of my favorites because typically I don't use mineral sunscreens, but I feel like I have that dual layer of protection with the chemical and the mineral. And after a while and really rubbing it in, it does really soak into the skin really well. And I love it because it does make my skin feel very moisturized. And it does give you that glowing effect as well. And so this might be a great sunscreen to try. So not really any downsides, in my opinion, to this sunscreen, other than it does sometimes leave a white cast, or you'll just have to rub it in a lot. Next, we have the Neutrogena Invisible sunscreen and their Ultra Sheer sunscreen. These both have a rating of a 60 plus SPF. And one thing that I will say about these sunscreens is that they are both similar in their formulation. In my opinion, I do think that the Invisible Daily sunscreen has a little bit more of an actual invisible feel compared to the Ultra Sheer. In my opinion, the Ultra Sheer just gives you a little bit more of a glowing effect to your skin, and then the Invisible Daily just kind of sits more so on the skin, and it's not really noticeable that you have on any kind of sunscreen or moisturizer. So you can see that I will place one on one side of my face and the ultra sheer on the other side of my face. That way you can kind of get an idea of which look you're going for. As you can see with the ultra sheer, that it still kind of leaves behind that glowing effect. And then the invisible daily, you'll see soaks into my skin really well, and it doesn't necessarily leave behind a glowing effect. Neutrogena, I think, knocked it out the park with both of these sunscreens. So it's just more so, in my opinion, what effect you're going for, because they both do a really good job of providing UVA and UVB protection. I love that they're also fragrance free, so you don't have to worry about fragrance if you're sensitive to fragrance like I am. So they just really wear well. And so these are some of my go tos. I love that they are kind of more so in a serum form, rather than your typical sunscreen that you're thinking about. So you can put a moisturizer on over this and not worry about it clumping up. So two really great sunscreens, in my opinion, with some antioxidants in them as well. Next, we have the Natorium Dew Glow Moisturizer. So this is kind of a cheat because it's a two-in-one in the sense of it's a moisturizer and it has SPF. It has an SPF of 50. This is one of my favorite brands of all time. This is one of my favorite moisturizers of all time because sometimes I just like to grab it and go and not have to worry about putting on my moisturizer and waiting for it to set and then putting on my sunscreen. I love that this has PA protective factors inside of it. Has niacinamide. It has a ethyl ascorbic acid, so it's full of a lot of ingredients that are calming to the skin, but also give the skin some antioxidant boost and power to protect against sun rays and sun damage. And so I really, really love this because it makes my skin feel amazing and it hydrates so well and it gives you that dewy, glowy finish. And so I love it because it soaks in right away and it also just leaves my skin feeling very hydrated. So one of my favorites of all time. And then going into my absolute favorite sunscreen that I will wear all summer, it is the Trader Joe's Daily Facial Sunscreen. So this has an SPF 40, and so this sunscreen has been my go-to. I keep it everywhere. If you're familiar with the unseen sunscreen, then you know that this has been considered a dupe for it, and I must say that it probably actually is. This sunscreen is absolutely amazing. Goes on, soaks into the skin right away. Does not take a lot of manpower or arm power to rub that sunscreen in. It just soaks right into the skin, and it just feels amazing. It's oil free. It just leaves you feeling great. I love this sunscreen, my all-time favorite for sure. And if you love this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe.